How can you identify the chlorine in the common salt? Welcome to Sri Krishna Educational Channel. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. In this video, I am going to explain about the types of chemical reactions. The chemical reactions are mainly classified into 5 types. So in that first one, which is chemical combination reaction. Chemical reaction in which two or more substances, which may be elements or compounds, combine to form a single substance. Those are called as chemical combination reactions. For example, when quicklime calcium oxide, its common name is quicklime, when treating with the water, it forms calcium hydroxide, that is known as slaked lime is obtained. During this case, when the quicklime which is added to water, that case which can be formed the slaked lime, so it to produce the heat energy. So based on the energy released, so chemical reactions which are further classified as exothermic and endothermic. So here the calcium hydroxide, which is formed in the case of this reaction, which is treating with carbon dioxide gas, it forms calcium carbonate plus water. So this reaction which is carried out during the whitewashing, this reaction which is carried out, the calcium hydroxide, that is slaked lime, which can be absorbs the carbon dioxide gas from the nature and forms the calcium carbonate on the walls. Other example for the chemical combination reactions, when the hydrogen gas which is treating with the oxygen gas, it forms the water molecule. So this is also the two chemical constituents which are chemically reacting to give a single product. And other example, when the carbon which is reacting with the oxygen gas, that case it forms carbon dioxide gas. Suppose paper which is burning in presence of the oxygen gas, it forms the carbon dioxide gas. So that is the other example for the chemical combination reactions. Now based on the energy changes during the chemical reactions, these are mainly classified two kinds. One is exothermic reaction and other one is endothermic reactions. So in case of the exothermic reaction, the chemical reaction in which the heat energy given out, those reactions which are called as exothermic reactions. For example, when the H2 gas which is reacting with the oxygen gas, it produces the water molecule. In addition to that, it also releases the heat energy. Similarly, when methane CH4 which is treating with the oxygen gas, it forms the carbon dioxide gas plus water. So this is also the exothermic reaction. During this case also the heat energy which is released. Next, another example, the glucose. And the glucose which is reacting with the oxygen gas, it forms the carbon dioxide gas, water and energy released. This reaction which is carried out in the living beings, okay, that is during the digestion of food, the human beings, okay, this reaction can be carried out. So during this case also the heat energy, energy which is released, that energy we are using for the different functions doing in our regular life. Next, the decomposition of vegetable matter into the simple compost. So that is also the example of the exothermic reactions. You can notice that if any kind of vegetable waste matter which is placed in a closed container, you can notice it is very hot because that is a decomposing by the microorganisms. Next, the another type of energy change reactions, that is endothermic reactions. In this case, a chemical reaction in which the heat energy which is absorbed, those reactions are called endothermic reactions. Okay, here you can notice the carbon which is treating with the water molecule, it forms the carbon monoxide plus hydrogen gas. So during this case, the heat energy which is absorbed from the surroundings, so it is comes under the endothermic reactions. Similarly, when the ammonia which is dissolved in the water, when it is dissolved in the water, so it forms the ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide is formed. So that also the endothermic reaction, it also endothermic reaction which also absorb the heat energy from the surroundings. It would become very cool. So those reactions are endothermic reactions. Next, the second type of chemical reaction, that is decomposition reaction. It is a reaction in which a single substance decomposes to give two or more substances. Those reactions are known as chemical decomposition reactions. Here the lead nitrate PbNO3 twice, okay, which is heating. When it is heating, that case it decomposes to give lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen gas. So it is the lead nitrate is a white color substance. When it is heating, so that case it gives the brown fumes, that is due to the evolution of NO2 gas. Okay, another example, when calcium carbonate, that is limestone, okay, which is on heating, it gives the quicklime and the colorless gas, that is carbon dioxide. In this case also, the lead calcium carbonate, it can be decomposes to give calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, which uses the heat energy. Other example, when the ferrous sulfate which is on heating, that case it gives ferric oxide Fe2O3 plus sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So during this case, the sulfur trioxide which gives the suffocating smell, and this ferrous sulfate which is decomposed to give more than one product. So this is also comes under the decomposition reaction. Here the lead nitrate, calcium carbonate and ferrous sulfate, these are used the heat energy. So these are known as the thermal decomposition reactions. These are known as the thermal decomposition reactions. And other type of decomposition reaction, that is photochemical decomposition reaction. Photochemical decomposition reactions means these are decomposition reactions which can be utilized the sunlight for the decomposition of a substance. So those will be comes under the photochemical decomposition reactions. When the silver bromide which is exposed to sunlight, that case it gives the silver plus bromine gas. And other example, silver chloride which is treating with the sunlight, which is exposed to sunlight, it gives silver plus chlorine gas. These two reactions which is carried out in the presence of the sunlight, those are known as the photochemical reactions. And other type of reaction which is the H2O, water molecule which is undergoes electrolysis in presence of the little amount of acid. That case it gives hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. So in this case, the single substance, that is water molecule which decompose to give hydrogen gas and oxygen gas, two or more products. So all these cases the reactant is only one, but the products are more than one. So these would be comes under the decomposition reactions, but which requires the energy. It may be thermal energy, that is nothing but heat energy, or photochemical energy, that is nothing but sunlight or electricity. So based on these, which are thermal decomposition reactions, photochemical decomposition reactions, or electrochemical decomposition reactions, which are further classified. Next, the third type of chemical reaction, which is displacement reaction. Displacement reaction is a chemical reaction in which a more reactive element which displaces less reactive element to form its compound, which is known as displacement reaction. Means more healthy person displaces the thin person of his along with his friend, so that is simply comes under the displacement. Here the iron which is treating with the blue color copper sulfate. So among the iron and copper, these are the metals, but the strength of iron is more than copper, so it can easily displaces the copper and form the ferrous sulfate. Okay, iron sulfate plus copper can be obtained. Similarly, here the zinc which is treating with the blue color copper sulfate, here also zinc more strength rather than the copper, so that it can be displaces the copper to form zinc sulfate plus copper. Here during this case the iron which is treating with the blue color copper sulfate, it forms the ferrous sulfate. In the case of this, the blue color which is disappear, and light green color which is appears in the case of the formation of ferrous sulfate. Whereas in case of the zinc sulfate, it disappears the blue color and gives the colorless zinc sulfate can be obtained. Other example, when the lead which is treating with the cupric chloride, it gives the lead chloride PbCl2 plus copper. Here also lead is more reactive than copper, it can be displaces the copper to give lead chloride. So these are the displacement reactions. Okay, you can also perform the experimentally to a copper sulfate solution. If we keep a iron nail, that case the blue color of the copper sulfate which can be disappear and shows the light green color, that indicates the formation of ferrous sulfate. Next, the fourth type of chemical reaction which is double displacement reaction. So it is a reaction in which the two different atoms or group of atoms which may be ions are mutually exchanged to form the new substances. Those reactions are comes under the double displacement reactions. Here you can see the examples. When the sodium sulfate which is treating with the barium chloride, it forms barium sulfate and sodium chloride. Here the barium sulfate it forms the white color precipitate. Here the sodium sulfate and barium chloride both are colorless solutions. As soon as these are mixed, it forms white color substance of barium sulfate. So that is one of the example of the double displacement reaction. Another example, in the lead nitrate which is a colorless solution which is treating with the potassium iodide. Okay, that is also colorless solution. Okay, as soon as these two are mixed, it forms lead iodide which is consisting a yellow color precipitate, and potassium nitrate, okay, which is a colorless solution. So this is also the double displacement reaction. Third one, when the silver nitrate which is treating with the sodium chloride, it forms the silver chloride plus the sodium nitrate. So in this case also the silver nitrate and the sodium chloride both are colorless aqueous solutions. When those are mixed, it forms immediately the white color precipitate of silver chloride and the colorless solution of sodium nitrate. The last example, when the barium chloride which is treating with the aluminum sulfate, it forms aluminum chloride plus the barium sulfate can be obtained. So here the barium sulfate which is a white color precipitate which can be obtained. White color precipitate immediately which is obtained after mixing the colorless solutions of barium chloride and aluminum sulfate. So these cases, the precipitate which is formed, these are also known as precipitation reactions. And the question you already got initially, that how can you identify the chlorine present in the common salt? Here the chlorine present in the common salt, the chemical formula is sodium chloride. Okay, it can be treating with the silver nitrate, it forms silver chloride and the sodium nitrate. So here the silver chloride forms a white color precipitate. This way we can identify the chlorine present in the common salt. Thank you.